my name is Carmen. Today we have a reading for you about money matters in the year ahead. It's January 1st, 2026, so that's part of the reason I felt drawn to do this. And I've got this wish card. It feels to me like for many of you, there's this opportunity to attain a level of financial security that you've been working towards for a while. And I have this deck that is a little bit more focused on finances and what you can do to improve upon those. So I have 3 cards that I have not looked at. And I feel like either all 3 of these are going to apply for you, maybe only one of them, but I do feel there's a lot of people who feel I'm about to get to that point where things are much easier financially. So let's call on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a good day so far. Happy New Year. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Grind Tired. Hello, Zets. Hello, Lemonade. How we doing? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, April. Hello, Jordan. How we doing today? What's up, GP? Happy New Year to you. How are you doing? Hello, I am. How's your day? Hello, Rachel. Happy New Year, famous Seamus. All right, so I think what I'm going to do then is turn over the card as I read about them. So we'll keep 2 of these cards for further down the line, but we have the Unlimited Ideas card. So for many of you, you've got this sense of opportunity because you do have a creative approach to a problem that others encounter. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind, therefore you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. For those of you that this part of the reading is going to resonate, this is saying we've got to be able to take those concepts and those daydreams and take the steps to get to where you can actually do that, right? Hello, how's it going, West Coast? Hello, Antonio. Hello, Kumar. So I'm going to pull a few from the Meta Muse on this Unlimited Ideas card. What else do we have? Ideas I would generally associate with like the Ace of Wands or Magician. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse, the Ace of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, and the Star. Divinely Guided did get mentioned a few times there. I do feel like you're being divinely guided to trust in something you believe to be true, or trust that you have something that you could offer that people are interested in. I do feel like there would be signs, things that seem to encourage you, even though it may feel a little bit unconventional, or like I didn't think I was going to be writing a book, or I didn't think that I would be starting my own business, whatever it is. With the Hanged Man in the reverse, I do think that we have some stubbornness here where you're like, I know I should do that, but it's a lot of work, and what if I fail? What if you succeed? This says you got some good ideas, so I think you should pursue it. But it can't become reality until you take action towards those ideas, right? I hope that's going well for you, GP. I like that. You might as well get something from it, right? So we have the Fool in the reverse, the 2 of Wands in the reverse, King of Cups, and the 9 of Wands in the reverse. I just feel like there is low-hanging fruit here. That's what I'm getting with this King of Cups and the 9 of Wands in the reverse. It's like you might be shocked at how easily you could make this happen, but you might have kind of trained yourself to believe that there would be unknown obstacles and people would laugh at you and you wouldn't be able to achieve what you want. There's this negative feed. I don't know if it's because of who raised you. I don't know if it's because this is like a really big idea. But that King of Cups is also somebody who's known for being creative. So don't assume that your idea is bad. It's time to make plans and like take action, right? With the Two of Wands in the reverse, it's like you may be shocked to know how great something would go, but you would never know how well it goes unless you actually try it, right? You have to attempt it. Hello, Santiago. How are you doing? We've got the Four of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so this is the problem. So for those of you where you are in a relationship or perhaps live with someone, or maybe you've got a very like demanding boss, for you, the thought is, what if I invest my time or my energy into this thing? Or like, how am I going to find time to do this thing? I don't know how to do it without it being potentially problematic. I think negativity is the Queen of Cups in the reverse, is somebody who should be more supportive of you than they are, either because maybe they would have to work harder if you do this, or maybe they would have to do more of the childcare or cleaning. Maybe they would have to pay more of the bills while you go back to school. There's someone here who's like bristling at the idea of you making this change or starting this new chapter in your life financially. And I don't know how much I would let that person influence me, because I think they could potentially make it difficult for you to get what you are meant to get, what you are meant to achieve. Same here, famous Shamus. Happy New Year, Matt. How are you doing? Yes, Rachel says, don't let other people set your limits. Those are their limits, not yours. Couldn't agree more. I mean, my friend once told me that no one could eat a Butterfinger dipped in cheese, but I made it happen. It was disgusting. Don't do it. But you know, sometimes when people are like, oh, you can't do that. You would never. That's also the reason why I like half ran all the way up 33 flights of stairs, just because someone told me I couldn't do it. You know, like if someone wants to tell you that you can't do the thing that you feel you are drawn to do and you are here like on this earth to do, let that motivate you. Like, hold my beer. We'll see how it goes, you know? So we've got Two of Wands in the reverse, Ten of Wands. Look at how adorable that kitty cat is. So I feel like there's like new energy here that helps you to kind of release the negative from this person who doesn't seem to want to see you do well or add this to your plate. I do think that at a certain point you realize, yes, it's probably going to be work. It's probably going to mean I have less time to roller skate or play rugby. But if this is important and it helps me financially, then it's worth trying, right? Hello, Rick. How are you doing? So I see the Six of Swords and the Five of Pentacles as improvement with your money. Because you take this opportunity on yourself, or you trust in this thing that would be amazing, then the universe looks out for you. Six of Swords is moving to calmer waters. Doesn't this look like a pretty content kitty cat? Yeah, look at him. Like, I got my goblets of tea. Look, do you see the goblets over here? And I can't tell, is that, oh, it's a bunny rabbit. That's adorable. Are they gonna join? It looks like this dude's like, hey, I'm the cat with a canoe. I also happen to have some tea. Would you like to join me? Okay, so I feel like you're able to do more traveling as a result of this. This is exciting. All right, a few more, and then we're gonna move on to the second card. Yeah, no, it was brutal. I'm gonna do it again. Hello, Jossie, how are you doing? So we have the Five of Wands, Empress in the reverse, Two of Pentacles in the reverse. There is something here that you offer, or that you, je ne sais quoi, the like combination of skill sets helps you to be more competitive than others. So while there might be other people who are doing something similar to what you do, there's nobody quite like you. So with the Empress in the reverse, I do feel like we have some concern over whether or not you would be able to match where other people are that do this similar thing, or whether or not people would take you seriously. Do I have enough experience for people to want to hear my advice? That kind of thing. But with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, this is a dangerous line of thought. So I think the advice here is do what you feel is like what you're passionate about, and know your market, know what you're trying to attempt, know the schedule that you need as far as your education, know, like, have that plan, right? But don't let other people's opinions be overly powerful when you feel called to do something. Do you know how many people told me that my YouTube channel wouldn't work out? Hi, guys. High Priestess in the reverse, Ace of Cups. You get this offer, or things improve for you because of your creativity and your willingness to do something that others would probably be too scared to do. It might be best to keep certain things under wraps, or kind of like, you know, quiet until you reach a certain level. I remember telling some of my friends who were asking me like why I was only hanging out with myself and they hadn't seen much of me. I was like, well, I'm working on a project, but I'm not really, like, I'm not ready to tell people about it yet. When it gets to a certain point, then I will tell you about it. And that's what I did. All right, we're going to move on to the second card is Moonlighting. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. Now remember, at the beginning I said we have 3 of these cards. I've already turned over, this is the second one, but all 3 may apply to you, or maybe only one. But the focus here is, what could you do to enable that abundant energy showing up in your life a little bit faster? So this is saying there might be something you do on the side. Part-time job, I don't know, maybe you start making music and touring lightly. There's something else here that you're able to kind of fold in with what else you've got going on, and then it ramps. All right, what else do we have about this Moonlighting card, please? Page of Cups. Someone is feeling like the current job is just like, hey, thanks for paying the bills, but like, I hate you. Like, maybe that's a bit strong. But this is someone who's like, I have to exert control to like show up and, you know, do what I'm supposed to do, because this isn't necessarily what I want to be doing, you know? So I feel like someone's muscling through it, like, you know, I've got to make sure that I can keep food on the table, lights on, all of that, but I wish that I was doing something that was more meaningful. I feel like whoever this is for, we've got this 2 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles in reverse saying, You want to do something that has a positive impact on others. So maybe you felt a little bit frustrated because the current job is something where you're just like making someone richer. You know what I mean? And you're like, woo. Like maybe I want to do something that is more impactful for my community, you know? Starting a charity, starting a bakery, getting back in touch with your more artistic side and painting, whatever this is like, I've got to do something that also like nurtures my soul as opposed to just paying the bills. King of Cups, we had that in the other part too. Tower in the reverse, the High Priestess. So I feel like you have wisdom that others would benefit from, in particular on the emotional side. Now, that's fun because that's something that you can shoehorn into a lot of different opportunities or directions, right? So it could be, I've experienced these emotions or I've gone through these experiences and I could share those experiences by writing a book. I could share those experiences by, I don't know, working on a music album. Maybe I love interpretive dance and that helps people get in touch with their own emotions. There's something here about translating the human experience into something that is like digestible or viewable, and it's important for others to be able to connect to. But with the Knight of Swords being in the reverse, this is like, I'm kind of scared to take this leap because I don't want everything to collapse, or I don't want to be, you know, like losing focus on what I need. So it could be that if this part of the reading resonates for you, it's because you feel a little bit torn on wanting to make sure that your financial security improves, but also feeling this pull towards doing something that is more meaningful and aligned with your beliefs or your purpose. And this is a way to achieve both. Can you do, you know, several hours a week while working another job to get something up and running is basically the idea. Yeah, nobody likes the super broke thing. What else do we have? Ten of Cups, a sense of community. I really do feel like this is not just, hey, I need to make more money. This is somebody who's like, I want to feel connected to other people. I want to use the resources that I have available to me, including my brain, and connect with other people in a way that like we can improve things, we can get stronger together. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. But it's concerning. It's like the cost, whether it's time or materials or if you need to hire someone. This is like, I don't know what all's involved. What if there's some like, you know, unpredictable moment and I realized that I put all my time into this thing and it was just unreasonable and I can't do it anyways. Don't tell yourself that you can't do it. All you have to do is get the information that you need. And it's a lot easier these days than it was like, you know, 50 years ago if you wanted to get into a new hobby or start some new business or learn how to record an album in a storage unit. You know what I mean? All right, so what else about this Moonlighting card, please? This is the Graffiti Tarot. Yes, we all have a way to help the community sense around us, right? What can we contribute and be able to help lift others up? All right, what else do we have? Because you do have quite a lot of, like this guy, I don't know why right now, is making me think of the dude from Newsies. My recollection was there was kind of like a dude who was really good at coming up with what to say, and then there was a dude who was really good at like actually vocalizing it to everybody. This is saying there are people who need to hear what you have to say, and whether you need a different mouthpiece or whether you are going to manage this on your own, it creates a sense of community for people who are otherwise feeling like they do not have anybody to trust. What else? Tower in the reverse. So you have the ability to wake people up. I feel especially this has to do with reminding folks how much impact your mind and your thoughts, the way you view yourself, impact your ability to get things done and do what you want. So I do feel like this particular part of the reading is for somebody who is able to help those around them work on their perception and their understanding of themselves so that they could get the life that they want. What do you need to do in order to get where you want to be? What else, please? Seven of Swords in the reverse. King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So the reason that you have gone through the loss and the, I don't know, kind of strangeness that has been your life is because it has made you very wise. I'm seeing somebody like woodworking. I don't know if that's too fancy because I think maybe you'd need like a lathe to call it woodworking, but just, you know, like creating a spear, shaving off the end. Every time there's been a hit, every time there's been a hiccup or a pivot, it has sharpened your wisdom. It has made you more effective in communicating with others and understanding what they're going through so that you can also be helpful and learn along the way, right? It's not just you teaching, but you're coming through as this High Priestess, King of Swords. You have wisdom to share, and it helps others with their sense of, like, what do I want? How can I get what I want? But I think it also addresses financial issues. It does require an investment, though. You don't get to just say, you know what I would like? This. Boop. Okay, there it is. Cool. That wasn't much work at all. No, it requires dedication over a period of time. We have the Five of Wands. I don't know, like, this is kind of a strange depiction of the Five of Wands because it's usually like arguing and people like fighting, like hitting each other with the wands, right? This one looks more celebratory to me. Like people are like, yeah, what's up? We're just hanging out. It's cool. So I feel like this is saying there is some anxiety or fear over how other people would perceive you, or how, like, if you're becoming a part of a community and other people do what you do, like, are they gonna let me sit at the cool kids table? That kind of thing. Hello, Raj, how are you doing? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. But do you mean like movie quotes? Because that I would be on board with. Hello, Mr. Black Eyes. How are you doing? So we have the Wheel of Fortune, my friend. And I do love to see that. It is when you live up your dream of helping others in a meaningful way that you have an increase in your financial security. As you help those around you, you are also lifted up. So if you know how you want to do that, make some plans. We've got the Six of Swords in the reverse and the Two of Wands in the reverse. Nothing gets better if you don't make any plans for it or take any action towards this goal. So this is your call to action. You help others, and in doing so, you help yourself. All right, we're going to move on to that third card. Let's see what we've got. Bountiful nature. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or a hike with your pet. Meditate beneath a tree, garden, or sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. And there's an angel here for you all. So let's see what else we've got for you all on that one. I think we want the Spanish tarot for that. What else do we need to know about spending time in nature and how it makes you rich? Hello, Stephen. Happy New Year. How you doing? Yes, exactly, Rachel. Yeah, I think this is an important one for the first day of a new year. So we have the Three of Cups. This is like you have a date with nature. Some of you may be able to spend more time outside than others. Having spent a decent amount of time in Minnesota this time of year, well, it's not really desirable to be out there. Maybe some of you are more like on the beach, or maybe you're in Australia where it's hot this time of year. But we've got someone who's able to make things work in a more expeditious fashion if they continue to keep that magic within them alive, stay grounded, get inspired. If you make music or you are a visual artist, there's no doubt in my mind that nature can provide inspiration for you. But even if it isn't about visual or audio arts, I still feel like nature has a very healing ability for us and can inspire you. One of the reasons I really like being around mountains after spending most of my life without them is because they remind me of perspective. Mountains, they're far away, they look grand, they remind you that you're a little bit small. I think about how long they've been around, and it also kind of motivates me, right? Like maybe I don't have a million years like that mountain might, so I should probably get to work on the stuff that I want to do. There's inspiration and motivation that can be found when you spend more time with nature. Now, for those of you that are buried in snow right now, maybe there is some other opportunity like a flower shop or an indoor mini golf. I don't know, something that helps you to feel more connected, right? So we've got the Six of Wands. That's victory, my friend. That's success. And then we have the Devil. Interesting. So some of you are maybe a little bit too regimented with your schedule. Maybe you are working extra hours for someone who doesn't really deserve your extra effort. But we do have this reminder here that just as you have obligations and responsibilities and people who, you know, have expectations of you doing things within certain time frames, so too do you have an obligation to yourself to maintain your mental health and be able to find groundedness in your day, right? Go to Home Depot. That's good advice. Yeah, they at least have like fake trees around, right? Hello, Gerline. How are you doing? Hello, Newport. Food artist. I like that. So we have the Two of Pentacles and the Sun. You don't have to like go get a tan or anything, but this does contribute to you feeling balanced and ready to take on the world and do something a little bit unconventional. Reconnect with the passion that you have for the job that you already are working, or for the job that you want to be preparing for, whether that's going back to school, mentoring with somebody, or starting your own practice. There's this opportunity, and I feel like you are more confident in yourself and more capable of taking on that opportunity when you prioritize those meditative moments among nature, or in maybe it's even just watching a fish tank, you know? I used to have a 125-gallon tank with Oscars and Plecos in it, and I loved it. You guys, I watched like zero TV when I had that fish tank. I just wanted to watch them swim around, and it was so peaceful and calming. Something like that helps you to deal with the stress or anxiety of the current obligations and responsibilities. And I feel like for some of you, it helps you to feel like you have a path before you again, You have the star in the reverse, so I feel like there's someone who's maybe even feeling a little bit disillusioned, like, why am I doing this? And why is this so difficult? And are things ever going to get easier? You've got too much noise around you. It's time for, listening to the birds sing and hearing the, I don't know, waterfall rushing. There's something that you need to remind you what you're doing this for. We have the High Priestess, Judgment, and Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. But I do see you making a decision, realizing that someone here is maybe a little bit overbearing or needs to be a little bit more understanding of your need for time off or need with time with family. So I do feel like you have some time to yourself or ability to like recalibrate. But it might require that you stand up to somebody who likes to be very, it's like they like to tell you how to spend your whole day. And it's like, can I breathe for a moment, please? Like, what time of day am I allowed to burp? I'm just curious. Like, have you worked that into the schedule, or is that not oh, okay. Okay, no time for that. I got you. There's someone that's too much. And you can find a little moment here and there for a walk or some inspiration, right? Hello, Valinda. How are you doing? Hello, Stephanie. Happy New Year. All right, y'all. I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm wishing you a very abundant 2026. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Hype is also welcome, and I'll see you in the next reading. Toodles.